The ancient civilization Babylonians is a civilization that we hear a lot about, but perhaps we know nothing about. Who are these Babylonians who showed endless respect to their god Marduk and built the Tower of Babel full of secrets and the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the world? If you are wondering, then let's talk about where they come from. Let's take a closer look at why they talk about the Babylonians, why the city of Babylon is so important. Its laws, magnificent structures, gods, creation stories, that is Babylonian mythology and culture. Although the Vine of Babylon is the name given to the city built on 1,000 hectares of land on both sides of the Euphrates River near the town of Hyle, 88 kilometers south of Baghdad, in Iraq, it is actually a descendant of Babylon. From the people who live here and are called Babylonians. Its foundation dates back to the Akkadian Empire and even the Sumerians. So why were the people living here called Babylonians and not Akkadians or Sumerians? The reason for this is that the city of Babylon was the capital of many dynasties and empires established one after another. The rulers, such as Do-Abi and the Second Tomb we will talk about, were Babylonians, and it was the most important part of this period. Mesopotamia. Today we call the people living here Babylon because they have the gods of their own religion, which we will call Babylonian mythology. So why was this city of Babylon so important? According to historian Herodotus, the city of Babylon could be entered through 8 large gates. He had a temple and 2 palaces. It had intersecting streets and avenues opening into large squares. The interiors of temples and palaces featured statues, tables, and furniture made of solid gold. It was one of the largest cities of the ancient world, with its wide bridge built on stone piers connecting the 2 banks of the Euphrates River. Even the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. It is also mentioned in Herodotus's history book. The city of Babylon has an important place in history for many reasons. As mentioned in the Torah, it is one of the 4 major cities of the Sumerian state, where the kingdom of Noah's grandson Nimrod began after the flood. It is also mentioned in the Quran, and Harut and Marut, who taught people magic, are in the city of Babylon. In fact, in Zoroastrianism, Harvatat and Amaratat. So, when was the existence of this ancient civilization first discovered? It was started by the French in 1877 in the archaeological site known as Xu or Tello, located close to the ruins of the ancient mountain city. In 1877, 20 excavations were carried out at intervals until 1933. These excavations included the remains of Gudea, the ruler of Lagash, who reigned between 2044 and 224 BC. Many statues, obelisks, and Gudea cylinders were found. In addition, thousands of tablets dating back to approximately 2500 BC were excavated. These excavations, which started in 1877, were the second largest excavation with the first discovery of the clear existence of the Sumerians, and were carried out by the University of Pennsylvania in Isa and were the first in Mesopotamia. It went down in history as an American excavation work. Nippur, one of the largest and most important mounds in Iraq, was chosen as the excavation site. 4 long and troublesome excavations were carried out between 1889 and 1900. During these works, one young archaeologist lost his life and many people suffered serious diseases. Nevertheless, despite all these obstacles, the excavations continued at full speed, and in the Nippur excavations, nearly 30,000 tablets and archaeological objects were unearthed. Most of the tablets, apparently belonging to the Sumerians, dated back to 2500 BC. Many ruins belonging to the Babylonians and even the Persians were located here. After these excavations, the Sumerians, the Department of Sumerology, which examines the languages, cultures, histories, and archaeology of the people, started to be taught in universities. Thanks to the Sumerologists' examination of the tablets found in the excavations carried out in GSU and Nippur, we know better the management styles, economies, legal approaches, and political history of the Sumerians. In addition, the tablets contained hundreds of names and writings belonging to people, gods, and places, so that we have more comprehensive information about the Sumerian religion. Another excavation, started in 1963, was carried out in the ancient city of Uruk, known today as the Sumerians, and Erech, known as the biblical name, where the oldest known archaeological objects belonging to the Sumerians were unearthed as a result of the excavations. The most famous of these objects dating back to BC. There is an Uruk vase made of alabaster, 1 meter tall, depicting Sumerian rituals, dating back to 3000 BC. Additionally, a female,